One method to deal with dividing by decimals is if we have one digit after decimal point, we can simply multiply the top and bottom of our fraction by 10 to keep it equivalent. Here 18 times 10 will give us 180, and the bottom 0.1 times 10 will give us 1, and 180 divided by 1 is simply 180. For part B, again as we've got one digit after decimal, I can simply just multiply the top and bottom of my fraction by 10 to keep it equivalent. 18 times 10 will give us 180 on the top, and the bottom 0.2 times 10 will give us 2, and 180 divided by 2 is simply 90. For part C, again we've got one digit after decimal, so I'm going to simply go multiply the top and bottom of my fraction by 10 to keep it equivalent. 18 times 10 will give us 180, and the bottom 0.3 times 10 will give us 3. Well, I know 18 divided by 3 is 6, so 180 divided by 3 will give us 60. For part D, again we've got one digit after decimal, so once more I'm going to multiply the top and bottom of my fraction by 10 to keep it equivalent. 18 times 10 on the top will give us 180, and the bottom 0.4 times 10 will give us 4. When dividing by 4, that's the same as halving it and halving it again. Half of 180 is 90, and half of 90 is 45. For part E, again as I've got one digit after decimal point, I could start by multiplying the top and bottom of my fraction by 10. But in this case, I notice that 0.5 is a nice number, because I can times 0.5 by 2 to get the denominator out of 1. Therefore, to keep my fraction equivalent, I must multiply the numerator also by 2. 18 times 2 gives us 36, and anything divided by 1 is just itself, so 36 divided by 1 is simply 36. Now it's your turn. Have a go at part F. Drop your answers in the chat.